Greetings, and welcome to the Nostalgia Zone. On the menu today, we got Clive Barker's Undying. It is an FPS, a horror FPS, whose story was written in collaboration with Clive Barker.
Or fighting superstition in its many manifestations. Even though it was me who chose to debunk folklore and mysticism. Little did I know I'd end up being labelled as Patrick Galloway, the man with endless occult knowledge. Before I knew it, people all over the world paid me to investigate all kinds of weird things. As long as they paid me, I'd look into it. Funny thing though, the more I saw, the more I believed there are forces beyond our control. Creatures not explainable in any human terms. Things that make me skin crawl. I fled from Ireland and hung around Paris and London with no real purpose till the Great War started. I joined a special unit whose job it was to squelch the fears of the superstitious farm boys who made up the fighting ranks. The Trasanti were the biggest pains. New commanding officer, Jeremiah Covenant, led our unit on a hunt for their camp. We were ambushed. They came streaming out of the woods, waving swords and howling like banshees. I saw their leader holding a strange stone over his head, yelling weird words in a strange tongue. And just when I was gonna pull the trigger, he glared right at me. A bright green flash came from his hand, and it bowled me over as my gun went off. I woke up in a hospital bed with severe burns. They told me Jeremiah and the unit had gone on without me, but he'd given me the shaman stone to keep. I hadn't given any of this much thought until I came back here to find this letter that Jeremiah wrote me almost 6 months ago, asking me to come back to Ireland and help him out. This is not something I'm dying to do, for it may mean the death of me. He saved my life though, so I owe it to him. Just hope it's not too late.
And here we are. The graphics are obviously dated, it's an old game, but I believe it holds up. I am not sure what any of this does. We got our trusty pistol and the shaman stone. And a massive mansion that looks like you shouldn't go in here. But we're gonna go because that's what we do, right? Look at what? The bats? Huh. Oh, I see what this is. It reveals things unseen. Were this a Lovecraft-based game, I would have lost sanity.
You're Jeremiah's old war buddy, right?
Indeed.
Okay, well, not very useful, that one. I like the sound effects. Oh no. Why is crouch on the shift key? Ow, what? You little...
You thirsty?
I'm Patrick Galloway, a friend of Jeremiah's. Sorry it took me so long to get here. His letter said it was most urgent.
Jeremiah was beginning to think that the letter never arrived in your hands. He's been quite anxious to see you. We've all been quite worried. Jeremiah's now bedridden. Follow me and I'll show you to his living quarters. apologize for the look of the house, but there's only a skeleton crew of servants now. Jeremiah let go of everyone else, and the house is much too large for us to clean. Because we've lost electricity to most parts of the house, we can only maintain the living quarters. This family's had so much tragedy. I hope you can help him.
I hope so too. Because I don't know I should be here. This doesn't look like a good idea.
Stuck.
Of course. In true horror game fashion, you cannot turn back. Oh no. Well, here we go, boys. Oh no, what now?
Patrick, you made it.
At your service, Jeremiah. Sorry for the delay, but I've been abroad. What happened to you?
It seems I've come under the watchful eye of the Reaper, my friend. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Apparently too long.
Patrick, I came back from the war only to find my entire estate in disarray. My brother Aaron disappeared first, and then my sister Bethany. My declining health is a result of an old war wound, and unfortunately, the symptoms are irreversible. I didn't summon you here to watch me die. I need your help.
Anything I can do. Just name it.
Strange events began happening around the manor. After thinning out my staff, they ransacked my estate, taking whatever they could carry. The rest of the help was quick to follow, as they feared rumors of my family's curse. I can't help but think it's more than a coincidence that strange happenings have increased since I've been back from the war. I want to get to the bottom of this, but I'm just too weak to investigate it myself. I'm relying on you to step in for me.
Of course, Jeremiah. The only reason I risk coming back here is to assist you however I can.
My thanks to you, Patrick.
What the hell was that?
Sounds like it came from downstairs.
I'll check it out. Lock the door behind me.
I'm gonna have to check the controls. Oh boy. I disabled the always run. Hey, look at him. There he is. Oh boy. What did I do with the controls? Oh, I was in sneak mode. That's what that was. Well, despite its age, the game controls pretty well. And it doesn't look half bad. If anything, this area seems to be rather empty. Like, there's no furniture, there's no doodads or props, I should say. Though Jeremiah did say that the servants stole whatever wasn't nailed down, or that's what he implied anyway. I don't want to go there. But let's. No. Why? Oh man. Okay. Alright. Oh, I hate mirrors. Of course. Oh dear lord. So the game is a first-person shooter, but it feels kinda like a survival horror. The shooting feels really good, and the sound of the gun is great. Well, so much for that. I need to stop missing. Ow! I don't like that the corpses disappear. They should stay. That's alright. Oh, look at that! You leave bloody footprints. Like Duke Nukem. That's a nice detail. Yeah, it's pretty neat. If I recall correctly, and from what I've seen right now, the game does rely on jump scares a bit. And it may or may not get you.
Jammed. Jammed.
Well, that's not good, is it? My aim is terrible. Another one? Alright, let's go.
Jammed.
Those beasts were after me.
What in God's name were those things?
They're called howlers. And while I've never seen one before tonight, I've heard of them for years.
Those weren't natural, my friend. We're fighting more than superstitions here.
Perhaps I was being naive not to tell you, but there might be something more sinister at
Might?
work here. When I was a boy, I encountered something I can't quite explain. You see, there was this isle of standing stones that sits just off the estate. Someone had carved a sigil into each of the stones, something indiscernible. Father had many books on the occult, one of which contained a sketch of that very symbol. I took my brothers and sisters out to the island and read from my father's book.
Well, what happened?
Something answered. The ocean began to boil, and a great wind whipped against us as we stood in the circle, and my siblings huddled to the ground in fear. Eventually, the wind died, and the sea settled. Patrick, I know it sounds like the ravings of a dying man, but I believe those standing stones had something to do with this. What has once been a taint upon this family has now begun to manifest itself.
But you told me you're dying. Doesn't this curse end with you?
Who knows? My brothers and sisters are dead, but I don't think they're really gone. I've heard some servants whispering. They think they've seen Lisbeth on the estate. My family has come for me. I sense them, Patrick. By now, you and I know the supernatural exists. You saw the Howlers. And what about our encounters with the Tersante during the war? You still even carry the Gelzebar stone with you.
It's a token of the shaman's life I took. That's all.
I found a scroll with a picture of the Gelzebar on it. I believe it contains the way to awaken the stone's dormant power.
Very well. Let me study this scroll overnight, and I'll see what I can do in the morning.
This house still hides many secrets. I'm counting on you to reveal them and put an end to this mess.
Okay, I found the journal key. There is a lot of reading. The lore was pretty cool, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, new spell. I really like the sound of the reload as well. But to maintain tradition, didn't read LOL. Looked at me funny. Suspicious. Oh boy.
Have you noticed anything strange going on?
Apparently, Elizabeth's room was broken into last night during the commotion.
Where's her room?
Just down the hall from here. It's quite a mess.
How can he be so calm? Just down the hall. Here? Nope.
Stuck. I need a key.
Well, that's Bethany.
Stuck.
Wait, wasn't she dead?
Tell me what you know about Lisbeth.
Why, she was a fetching young lass. Quite the fiery temper, though. She could be placid and calm 1 minute, and then suddenly she's spitting curses and swinging her nails at you like an animal. 'Tis a pity her mother died birthing her.
Indeed.
Following her mother's death, I'd raised Lisbeth like my own. In the end, the wasting sickness got her. I'd cared for her when she was sick and watched her wither away to nothing. Pity a young woman has to die in the spring of her life. Now she rests with her poor mother at the family mausoleum. The groundskeeper claims to have seen her recently. Oh man, seeing a ghost is never a good omen.
You think?
Where can I find this groundskeeper?
He's out in the gardens. You can get there through the kitchen.
Your knowledge is appreciated. Thank you.
That is a mess. Alright. Seems like a very empty mess. With some claw marks. What? I love that.
This house needs a priest.
Or a flamethrower at this point. Alright, what's the mirror gonna do to me? Well, nothing, it seems. I don't like mirrors, especially in games like these. Well, okay, that looks more like a mess. Also, this is a room? Looks more like a full apartment. I suppose we're heading to the kitchen now, wherever that may be.
Need a key.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna glean any more information from here. Oh no.
Help me!
Help me. Oh, those are the things that were in the picture with her. Ow. They did it again. Now where this coward went to? Yeah, you're not the only one with supernatural powers. Serves you right. Oh, man. Alright. Look. Oh boy. Here we go again. One thing I really like is that the game gives you toys to play with, like the spells. And you can use them whenever you want. You don't have to hoard them, which is the bane of my existence. Oh lord. Ow! I can use my magic freely without worrying that, oh, maybe I should save this for the boss fight. It is an actual mechanic that's intended to be used and not how to put it, not something to hoard for the right moment that may never come. I wonder if there's a mod that puts modern day graphics to this game. That would be cool to see. I won't say a remake because they keep botching those up. They should just leave this game alone.
Won't budge. Stuck.
I don't wanna see. Of course. That's, quite the family, don't you think? Yeah. Okay. So this guy's family is all dead, and then they came back. Then again, reading a book around a stone circle with signs you don't understand, probably not the best of ideas. Probably. Back in the day, the game was pretty unnerving to play. At least for me. So far,
Budge.
not that bad. But, yeah. I'm pretty sure I'll get distracted at some point and one of those jump scares is gonna get me. It's inevitable.
Stuck.
Well, here's the kitchen. With all the strange happenings, you would think that all the servants would have fled by now, and they wouldn't be so calm about the things that are going on in the manor. Yet, I keep finding them, and they keep getting killed.
Is that the door to the gardens?
Yes, it is. However, I don't have the key. I lent it to the maid. I believe she is cleaning Herr Keisinger's room today. It's located in the east wing of the house.
Thanks. I appreciate your help. Stuck.
It does feel a bit like a survival horror game. Makes me think of Resident Evil The Village.
Won't budge. Won't budge.
Here we go again. With lead and ectoplasm.
Stuck.
That is not ominous at all. Ay, this guy again. Yeah, I know that doesn't do anything, but it makes me feel better. Next time it'll be worse.
Where is it? I know it is around here someplace. Ah, here it
Oh, that bastard. Probably not the best way to get a book down, but you know. None of that seems to be good. They're setting up an ambush, aren't they? Yep.
The great hall of paintings. There is the truth. Image becomes reality. He will rise again. The ritual continues through our blood.
Well, with that spiel, I think I'm gonna leave it here. I consider this to be a great game. It is a great entry in the horror genre, as well as an FPS, and maybe even as a survival horror title, to a degree. All the medkits you get, they're in your inventory, so you don't just get free pickups, and resources are limited, though it's still plentiful to do what you need to do. And you can fall back on magic to get things done. And magic is not a limited resource. It is there to be used, which is great. So all in all, I think they did a great job with it. The story is pretty damn cool as well. And I believe that has something to do with Clive Barker actually having a hand on it. Now, I don't know about the particulars of the development process, but I do think the end result was great. And I heartily recommend this game. With all that said, I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. Cheers.